Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in another video. This time around, guiding you through the new event we got in Trove right now is the Spring Sting. As you can see right here, it is from today, May 13 to May 26. So we got 14 days as we are used to. Also, of course, with the daily adventures, so make sure you do one on Saturdays for that double XP potion. But this is an event going on right now, but even more importantly, there is not any Luxian in the hub at the moment. Even the crafting bench is gone. Usually that just sticks around. Maybe there was a mistake was sticking around, but I'm pretty sure it shouldn't. It should be there, but I'm not sure at the moment. But of course, I will update you guys as soon as I know something, and I'll post it on the Discord, our community Discord. If you want to join that one, you can go down to the description and you can click the link right there. You're gonna take you to the community one. But if you're already there, of course, I will post it there in the announcements, and you can see whenever it's gonna be in the hub. Maybe it's gonna be on Friday. But if you saw my community letter, they said that there was going to be this event, right? They said that this would come in next week, and usually we get on Tuesday, so that was all great. And then they said Luxian was coming back next week, so I thought it was going to be Monday, but it might end up being on Friday. So we'll have to check out that before we make any assumptions, but my guess is there could be a very good reason why it's going to be there on Friday, but I thought it was just going to be this week, but technically Friday is also this week. So anyways, we'll keep your eyes out for the Discord. If you want to notice, notification is kind of, I don't ping people, but I've posted an announcement one. So if there's something, you know, if that little channel is lighting up with some white text or whatever color it is, how you use your Discord. If it's lit up, then I've posted something. Usually it's only me that posts stuff in there. So if there's something in there, then there's gonna be something in there. So information or otherwise. Anyways, but for this event, that's one we are gonna talk about right now, is that we have 8 steps in this one. And we started in the hub today because I wanted to see if Luxian was there, but no Luxian. So we're just gonna focus on the 8 steps we got for the Sting. A Spring Sting, that's what it is. I'm probably gonna say Sting Spring or something like that because it kind of feels better to say it that way, but Spring Sting seems a little bit hard to say. But anyways, that is the one we got right now. So I'm gonna say, start with step number 1, which is right behind us, which is coming up right now. All right, so for step number 1, all we have to do is be in the hub and go over here to the event area. We've been here a million bajillion times. If this is your first time, well, there's not a million bajillion, but you go here and you find Dapper Duckington. As you can see, Sir Dapper Duckington, and all you have to do is just interact with him. That is going to complete your step number 1. Not really crazy anything you have to do, but you do get 15 dragon coins, which is not bad, but yes. Then you are done with step number 1 and you can move into step number 2. So there's not really much to it, just interact with him. However, you have your interact button. You can interact with him a bunch of times if you want to do so, but that is how you're going to complete step number 1, and we get into step number 2. All right, so for step number 2, we are still in the hub because we are going to buy, as you can see, we have to buy some of these flowers, and the flowers, as you can see, is right here. They're not very expensive. I just had to see if it was just buying them, but it is flipping them. So we are just gonna buy these Flingers right here. I bought some blue ones. I'm gonna take well, blue is my favorite color, so why not? So what you can do is that you can throw them down here, and that's gonna count towards this one. It is something we're gonna use later on, but for this step, just to move on, you can just throw down these 10, which is not really hard to do. It's just gonna take you a little bit of time, and 75 lux is quite not really super expensive. So, but it's not supposed to be that. It's not like the whole gimmick of the event. It's not to throw these ones just randomly in the hub. It is to go out there and use them on some enemies, and we'll do that in step number 3. But what you have to do is just buy them, and you can buy as many as you want. I would suggest for the next steps to buy a bunch of these. Like, they're not very expensive, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Let me buy 200 of them. Why not? 200 of these. So then I definitely have enough for the next steps, but you don't have to have this many. You can have at least less of them here. But anyways, that was step number 2. Now we get into step number 3. All right, so for step number 3, we have to go either to the medieval highlands, permafrost biome, or neon city biomes. I suggest you either go right here, or you go here, or you go here, because that has the most medieval highlands, it has the most permafrost, and it has the most neon city biome, because we have to find us these little bees here. And if I go ahead and go and attack these, I cannot do, well, I do 1 damage to them. You can see the enemy behind me just like completely destroyed. And I cannot do any damage to this one. Well, I can't say any damage. You can do 1 damage. It will take you a very long time to get through all of this damage. I didn't even know if you do any damage to it. But what you do is that you summon, doing this, you summon a different bee that is gonna go ahead and defeat it. So you can see this one over here as well. So you use your button, you can see this guy, getting rid of him. But you see this guy is it has this shield, and then you can use the bee. You can still use the same bee, but I suggest that you have a bunch of these in your inventory, just so, because they don't always follow and then they disappear. See, now that guy disappeared. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a 3rd time. And that guy is gonna also defeat it. There you go. And that is gonna be 3 of them. And then you just basically go around and you find as many as you can. If you see areas that is already discovered, they might already be gone, those stairs. So definitely go to areas that hasn't been discovered yet. And there's gonna be probably plenty of them as well. So we have to do 10 of these. So it's not going to be a super hard if you again go to areas that is not discovered yet. So go to those, like this one right here. As you can see, this one is dark down here. There is definitely not have been any people there. Sometimes people are just farming dungeons, right? And they're not really doing the event. But you know, it might be because it's just started, so it might be filled, with people that are already doing it. So I need 5 more, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those last 5, and I'll see you guys in step number 4. All right, so for step number 4, all we have to do is fill the beehives with bees, and that, again, you're gonna use these flickers, these ones right here. But now you have to go to Fey Forest or Neon City biome. I again suggest you go right here for the Neon City biome, and of course here for the Fey Forest to fill up these ones. You need 15 of them, and that is what they look like. They kind of look like floaty, kind of, closets or whatever you call it. But all you do is just go ahead and throw it, right close it, and then it closes up, and then you fill it up with bees. So pretty simple. You throw it down, and then it closes up, and then you are done with that. So you just have to do that 15 times. Just go around. Also, you can see on the sides, just have it like kind of a bee symbol on it, and that is actually going to complete that. Again, I suggest you go to areas where there hasn't been discovered yet, because when people do it, they disappear after a little while, and also you can only do it once per time. So if you run into an area, for example, like this one is pretty filled out, even on the other side as well, then I would, see if I can find ones in the last areas here, like go around, see if I can explore and see if there's a few I can pick up before leaving, because then I am going to go to maybe, if it won't send me to another it actually did send me to another one, but sometimes it doesn't send you to the same area. Then you can always go to a Neon City biome, or if you are in the Neon City biome, then of course you should go to the Fey Forest and just mix between them and go through that. So that is basically it. Go around, fill up the hives, do that 15 times. And in, of course, the Neon City biome, it's gonna look exactly the same. There was actually some Fey Forest in this one here. Oh yeah, because I was in the Fey Forest. I thought actually I was gonna go to a, of course, Neon City biome. That I thought I was being smart and such, but I wasn't. So yeah, again, go to areas that go to a different, not location, but direction that other people are not. It is gonna create more lag, which is a thing that always happens when there is an event, but you can basically find more like that, and you won't be bothering other people as well. So I'm gonna go out there, I was wishing there was another, like just one hive before I was going to end. That would be just have been super awesome. Man, I just gotta do my 10 on my own. So I'll do those 10, and I'll see you guys in step number 5. All right, so for step number 5, it is this extremely hard and complicated step right here. So you really have to listen. No, I'm joking. It is not very hard. It is a 1-star dungeon. So yes, it has to be 1-star dungeons. I'm pretty sure that 1-star dungeons inside 3-star dungeons do not work. Usually they make it like that, but you have to do 15 of these. But it is a pretty nice reward, though. It is Builder Supreme Focuses, which is really nice, 3 of them, just for doing 15 dungeons. So I just suggest you do this whenever you're doing your when your daily dungeon farming. Just weave this in as well and do 15 dungeons. It is double star bar, so at least the first star bar is amazing. The other one's always pretty cool, but You know, always the 1,000 ones or 3,000 if you have Patreon is always great. But this step is pretty simple. I'm not gonna bore you with doing 15 dungeons, or am I? No, I'm not. Don't worry. But I will do 15 dungeons off camera. So not really much to it. Just here in step number 5, do 15 dungeons. It has to be 1-star dungeons. That's why I'm this character right now. I'm just gonna run around, do 15 dungeons, and then I'll also be done with this one. So it's cool. I'll get to do my stuff and then also get to do the quest at the same time. So pretty cool. Anyways, 15 dungeons. I do suggest you go to, not the same world as you probably always do if you go to the, highest difficulty or whatever, if you want to do this quick. But go to a little bit lower difficulty or something like that if you just want to get it done as I want to, because I'll need to do the steps to get to the different steps so I can get to you guys, right? So anyways, step number 5, that is 15 dungeons, 1-star dungeons, and we are on to step number 6. All right, so for step number 6, you have to just get something out of the beehives. And what I mean getting something out of the beehives, well, it's basically just going to the beehives as that person right over there just did, as we did in some of the previous steps as well. So you have to go around in the Neon City biome or the Fey Forest as we have done before. Let's see if I can't find a beehive. Just to show you guys that you have to get something. Of course, you can also throw it on these guys, but it's not really going to happen. But you can, if you want to, throw some of these guys. There's nothing to do with this step, but I would love to find a beehive. They are not that common, so you do have to go around for a little bit to find them as well. And of course, there is a bunch of people doing it, so it is a little bit laggy right now, as you can see, because that is just what happens. Oh, there was one right there, so I missed it. But I'm gonna go back. We're gonna go back, and we are going to get it. Hopefully, see where is it? Actually, it should be here. Oh, it's up here. It might already be taken. Then no, it's not taken. Okay, so you find these beehives as we talked about before, and then you throw, of course, your Flingers thingies on it. Oh, so I was actually lucky enough to get a helmet designed to this one here. So basically what you do, you might not be as lucky as I just was on the first one. Very nice for the video, actually. Yes, it's always the first try, right? No, so it's not always the first try. So you have to go around and do this until you get something. So it's just gonna at some point gonna complete. And when that happens, it's totally random. So it could be the first one, as you're lucky as streamer client or YouTuber client, whatever. But as you can get it on the 100th. So you just run around as you did before. In the Neon City biome, though, there is 2 different biomes, as you can see, and it's not in the Luminui biome. So I would suggest you go to the Fey one, but you can see there's also a Fey biome right here, so you can transition into that one. But just go around and you are going to complete this one. So pretty simple, pretty easy, to be honest, to do this one, to just defeat some of these as well. So anyways, that was step number 6, and we can now head into step number 7. All right, so for step number 7, you have to go to the Fey biome or the Neon City biome, and you have to go to 3-star dungeons, and these are going to contain these alpha ones, these prime ones. They're not going to be super difficult to defeat, but they are going to be the ones you are going to need to get as well. So all you have to do is just do 3-star dungeons, and they are going to contain these here 5-star dungeons. These 3-star dungeons are going to contain these big ones. So you do have to run around and see if I can't find another one. That would be super awesome. They're not going to be in 1-star dungeons. They are going to be in 3-star dungeons. So you do have to do 10 3-star dungeons in either in the Fey biome or in the Neon City biome. And again, I suggest you go to Fey Forest or actually to the Neon City biome right here. If you're not doing it today, of course, because today it's super laggy because everybody wants to go and do them, and then they all go to the same place, and then it's going to be laggy. So we are going to go right over here, and hopefully this dungeon as well is going to have one of these. So I don't see it at the moment, so I will go check it out and see if there's one inside this one. If not, then yeah, there's an Emperor Slay the Emperor Wildwood, so there's not going to be in this one as well. So I'm just going to continue finding these 3-star dungeons and see if I can't do these alpha ones. So go to the 3-star dungeons, check that right over here. You can't see from my face, so let me just like you can see right here, say Slay the Dark Fade Queen. That's to this dungeon right here. So it should say it when you can, get close to that 3-star dungeon, and you can see what the 3-star the boss is inside of the dungeon again. So yeah, just do it, you know, your normal, whatever route you are usually doing, and then you are going to find that as well. So it's going to be pretty random, you know, how many 3-star dungeons you are going to find, but it's not going to be in every single one of them, but you just have to look. And again, I would just suggest you do your random, or not random, daily, of course, adventuring around, and then getting to do these as well. And try not to do it in, you know, the areas that are most people, because it's going to be a little bit overcrowded and laggy. But that's just how it is when it's the first day and everybody goes to the same place. So spread out, and you should get it done pretty quickly as well. But I'm gonna continue because of course we also got step number 8. All right guys, before we head into step number 8, we do have to get a little bit of extra information. As you can see right here, the dungeon behind me, this is where the alpha wasps are going to be. So if you can see here, they are, that's the dungeon. And when you get close to this dungeon as well, you can see there on the right that it's going to say the alpha wasp. As you can see right here, it is prime right here. Slay the wasp prime right here. So but what you do is that it's going to be going into the portal right here, and when you drop down, all you have to do is just, you know, get out the you know, your glass, whatever bombs, and then go here to the middle, and that is going to complete the step by going to these specific dungeons as well. They all look like this one. So again, they are pretty common, as you can see here, probably on the map. You can see there's been a lot of dungeons. You can see there's not a lot of 1-star dungeons that's been done. It's mostly 3 stars, and that's because people have been going from dungeon to dungeon to doing these prime ones as well. So pretty simple, pretty easy, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew that it was in these dungeons. So these big black boxes, you can say, that is where the wasps are going to be. They're not going to be in any other dungeons than this one. And as you can see, if you do use your, you know, portal, you are going to, you know, go different places, but just keep using the portal, and you're going to be teleported around until you hit this one, and then go into that one, as you see right here. You can do the rest of the dungeon if you want to do so. There is some 1-star dungeons in there, but that's the easiest way to get to the prime, which we of course want to do this step here, step number 8. Sorry, step number 7. And now we can head into step number 8. Alright, so for step number 8, and also the last step as well, we have to return to Sir Dapperton, of course, or Duckington, as it actually is, and get our reward. So not really much to say in this one right here, but that is going to give us the little ally here for, I guess, for free, but it's going to give us this one. It's going to be 7 jumps and 2 you know, capacities as well. So pretty simple, pretty easy little step to the last one right here. I do have to gather some ore as well, but there is a nice little thing here. By one of the quest steps, you get 3 chaos chests, and these 3 chaos chests is actually tradable. As you can see right here, they are actually tradable. So just keep that in mind, that if you go right here, I didn't see that because I had a 1 chaos chest in my inventory, and there was like 2, you know, slots for it. So as you can see, when I put it in here, yep, these are not tradable. As you can see, these are the ones you get daily, and you get them from dungeons and stuff like that. But these are actually tradable. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put them on the auction house as right here, as you can see. So I'm gonna put them up for this. So they are pretty awesome. Actually 2 million for these 2 or 3 chaos chests, because of course, but if you do need them, of course use them, but I would probably rather just have you, you know, put them on the marketplace as well. So yeah, chaos chests are gonna go down in price when people find out this. It's only 3, but they are gonna go down in price, just so you know. But anyways, that was the spring sting that we got going on right now. I know, and if you haven't seen my community letter video, I talk about that they got something brewing, something bigger for the 10-year anniversary. So maybe this event is going to feel a little underwhelming. It's because that they are, you know, planning big things, or bigger things at least. I don't want to say big things, but at least bigger things for the 10-year anniversary. And hopefully we can get something super awesome. I'm trying my best to get all the ideas to the developers, and you know, see what they say to them. But nothing is set in stone and nothing is guaranteed, but we can only give suggestions and hope for the best. That is how it all works out. So hopefully in the future we'll get something super amazing, super awesome, and everything like that. But that was the guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.